Day update that's lighthearted, easy breezy, and searching for that mystery $600 stimulus check. But great news across the board. The $600 stimulus check is finally coming to viewers this channel in new ways that wasn't coming just 2 days ago. Whether it's electronic or debit card or whether it's paper card, it's coming. It's finally arriving. I'm so excited for you. The $600 second stimulus check, I'll have the big updates for that across the board. Meantime, how to track the $600 stimulus check. FPUC is landing as well, $300 across the board. And finally, the $2,000 stimulus check. It's going to happen. It's just not happening today or tomorrow. Why? Because there's something happening in Georgia. Oh, sweet Georgia. Georgia's on my mind. I'm so glad you're here. Big updates across the board. This is Home Lalate, our lighthearted show. And in this show, at the 20-minute mark, I'll come back to some home issues. Things about the home that people always ask about. And one thing that you always ask about is, how does my hair look like that? So in this video, I'm going to explain how my hair looks like this, because you keep on asking. How do you keep a good hairstyle and still become the speaker of the YouTube? I'll be answering your questions in this video. And also your lip balm questions as well, because those have been heating up as well. And with that, let's get to some delicious breaking news. But first, if you've not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe. The subscription and link is at the top of the chat, and also the membership link is there as well. Thank you to the several hundreds of people who've already become members in just the first few hours of launching it on this channel. If you've not subscribed, please do. Subscribe, then hit the alert button so you get an alert when a new video goes live like this one. Also like this video, and if you want to become a member, then become a member. Congratulations to the new Purple Hawks, new Purple Powers, and also the new Calcino VIP. Sirloin's going to be very happy you're a new Calcino VIP. That link is also in the top of the chat. And for people like Carol, who has a beautiful little Purple Hawk a badge next to her, you can tell she is a member because there's a beautiful badge. And there's Russell. Where is the VIP at? VIP is another option, so you can always upgrade from Hawk to Purple Power to Calcino VIP. After 30 days, your Hawk will change into a different type of Hawk, and then 60 days thereafter, it's going to turn into another type of Hawk. Meantime, while you follow along and drop your comments, you can add an emoji. Thank you, Terry, for becoming a Purple Hawk just right there. If you want to send emojis, you can. So like Russell's a Purple Hawk, you can send an emoji by opening the little happy face underneath the comments and drop down. And there's now 3. There's Russell. He's maxing out on the emojis. There's a sirloin emoji, a $12 ice cream, Hot Mess Express, and more. So let's get to the breaking news. The breaking news is that the $600 stimulus check is actually now coming. It's coming a lot of different ways, and it's great news across the board. Let me hit the great news right off the bat. First, TurboTax and H&R is paying the stimulus check right away. And some viewers have already gotten it. So if you're TurboTax or H&R Block, you're getting your $600 stimulus check, don't worry. You can just sit back and have a delicious $12 ice cream, or even cheaper, just post an emoji with a $12 ice cream. And Karen can now as well, because Karen just became a member just as a Purple Hawk just seconds ago. Congratulations. And there's Sylvia with the purple mystical ball. She's looking into our future. So what do you see, Sylvia? Tell me what you see. And there's Tiffany with some hearts. The next thing about the $600 stimulus check is that some people may get a debit card. Oh my goodness. It's not coming in a purple envelope, but it's coming in a white envelope, as Miss Jenny is enjoying the emojis there as well. It comes in a white envelope, and the white envelope has on it a Department of Treasury seal, and in there is a debit card. The debit card is from MetaBank. It's a Visa debit card. You see Visa in the corner. You take it to your local bank and say, I want my moolah. I want my moolah. Can you give me my moolah off my debit card? And they'll say, what's moolah? I'm talking like a cow. Sorry, sir. Let me talk like a person. And they can give you your moolah off your stimulus debit card. Then the paper checks and the rest of your direct deposits. Paper checks are slow. I don't see paper checks yet. People just have not seen it. Where's Steve Mnuchin? He's off on vacation. Thank you, Rita, for becoming a Purple Power member. She became a Purple Power member. Wow. So congratulations, Rita. I have not seen where Steve Mnuchin is really focusing on tracking anything. But at the moment, I can't track it because the result is no one has it. Very few people have the paper check at the moment. Some, I would say about 10% of the viewers of this channel. Of the electronic that are not H&R Block type situations, I think it's about 50-50. So it's a little bit slow. And that's where we are today. There was that guy that was sitting outside in front of some hedges for 6 months that told you it's going to take at least 10 days electronically to sign up for SSI and SSDI. And then Steve Mnuchin's like, it's going to take 24 hours. Now we look back, it's taking at least 10 days. So I guess one Purple Hawk check mark for me on that one, because I told you it was not going to come in 24 or 48 hours. There you go. Now let's turn to, and then two last things, which are really, really exciting. First, you can track your $600 stimulus check. Thank you for Teresa Mayer becoming a Purple Hawk. Congratulations. If you want to track your stimulus check, and I don't mean using that horrible app that works as effective as Nancy Pelosi's blow dryer, you could actually now go on to the IRS's website, sign in, and set up an account, sign in, it's all free, and then do a transcript, TRANSRIPT, transcript. After you do transcript, it'll show things that have happened. Something in 2014, something in 2018. And there'll be January 6, 2020, economic injury payment issued. And that's what you want to check for. Thank you, Kylie, for becoming a Purple Hawk. And there you go. You can track your $600 stimulus check. Thank you, Lloyd, for the super check. $2,000 a month, $24,000 direct deposit checks. No, that's a little wishful thinking. $2,000 stimulus checks, MSCs under Biden. No, I don't think you're going to get $24,000 in stimulus checks in 2020. You'll get some, but not $24,000. But we can always wish for things. That is that part. Then lastly, the people who are, they have a lost child on the stimulus check path. The $600 stimulus check head of household came to you, the dad, you got it for yourself, the wife, and the two kids, but the one kid didn't get a $600 stimulus check. His is missing. What can you do? Can't do anything yet. All you can do is just count down the days to Janet Yellen's office. Janet Yellen is your new Treasury Secretary as of January 20th. She is no nonsense. She is very tough. She's going to make sure you get everything. There's going to be so much fixing she has to do. As Steve Mnuchin's a little on vacation, he doesn't really, he sent out the checks, he just took off. So he's not going to fix anything for you. It's his department, IRS, Treasury. She will be in office. That's her first job, to start fixing things. And so you want to tag her. Thank you, Nicole, for the Purple Power. Thank you for becoming a Purple Power, second level. So if you are missing a check for your family member and you have a message to send, I really needed this check for my son. I got my check. I didn't get a check for my son. Send it to Janet Yellen. She's on Twitter. Send the message out before she's celebrity. Then her account just sort of blows up and she doesn't see the tweets. So there you go. Now, should we save the cards for the next stimulus? I would not. That's a great question. I wouldn't throw it away, but I think 99.99%, it is not going to be replenished. The debit card coming now is not, the first stimulus check debit card could not be replenished, so I presume this one cannot either. But you could just, put it in a drawer and just after it's empty and just leave it around. All right, let's cut to some FPUC for a second. FPUC is being paid across the country in states, and what I want you to understand is the following. If you're in a state where I mentioned that, thank you, Michelle, for becoming a Purple Hawk. If you are in a state where you became where you hear me saying that people got $300 a week for FPUC and you haven't gotten it and your account's on lockdown, your account is inactive, your account is this, don't sweat it. Don't sweat it. Just give it some time, because it's taken a lot of time for viewers to go from inactive to active. Thank you, Arno, for becoming a member. I really appreciate it. And thank you, Maria, as well. And there's Barbara as well. To state property tax Florida does not pay property tax, so they don't have a lot of money to give out yet. Wow. There you go. The FPUC is from the federal government, so there's no excuse on Florida. But for example, that's a great example, Barbara. Florida is paying out the FPUC $300 to some viewers. Other viewers have not got to the $300. So it's sort of a mixed bag. How do we get the free internet? I'll cover that in a second. Hot Mess Express. Tia loves the Hot Mess Express emoji. I do too. I'm not. I have never made emojis before in my life, and clearly they're small. The emojis are really small. They're like Marco Rubio small. They're very small emojis. So I may have to sort of stretch them so you can see them a little bit clearer. But there's a sirloin emoji, $12 ice cream emoji, Hot Mess Express emoji, sirloin emoji, and something else. Moolah. There's a moolah emoji as well. So and they're fun. And by the way, the more of you that's become members, the more emojis I can do. So I think I have about 20 more before I max out, and then I have to sort of plead for more members that I could do more emojis. Because doing emojis is my life pursuit, right? Doing emojis at 12 midnight at night. That's just my life pursuit. So now let's cut over to the $2,000 stimulus check. A reviewer saying, "Do you mean 1,400?" Well, yeah, it's 1,400 if you got the $600, or if you're adult dependent, it's $2,000. So I saw I saw one viewer, very nice longtime viewer, saying, "Hey, when are they getting sworn in?" So I covered that on Mornings Lalate. This is the real shocker. You're hearing this for the first time today. Is that everything that we thought was happening out of Georgia is sort of changing, because we don't sit around focusing on Georgia state law on this channel. It's sort of not our focus. What does Georgia state law say about something? We just don't do that. I mean, the most I ever talk about in Georgia is whether Nene's wig today looks right or not. I mean, that's the magnitude of what I usually cover on Georgia. But the shocking development is that Georgia has several timelines which everyone's jaw is sort of dropping on. What? What do you mean? Okay, the first timeline is that the ballots are due by 5 o'clock today. We knew that. Okay. The second timeline is the counties across Georgia have a week from today to declare the winner, certify the results. What do you mean a week from today? Why aren't they done today? What are they doing? Why can't they get it done? I'm busy here. Can you just get these ballots done? It's sort of like an angry response to why are they taking so long. So that they have a week, the counties. Then after that, the state has an additional week after that. What do you mean the state has an additional week? We need to have these people sworn in. This is taking too long. Get this done already. What are you doing down in Atlanta? Get it done. So what I missed, you missed everything, Marshall, but I'll have a recap in about 4 minutes. So the Ossoff and Warnock cannot be sworn in until they certify the results in the counties, and then the state certifies the results. But the good news is that most of the Georgia publications, news reports, are saying they're not going to wait 2 weeks. They're all sick of this. This has gone on forever. They don't get paid a lot of money to do all this. Some are volunteers. They just want to get this done and done. So it may be done by middle of next week. But then what about your $2,000 stimulus check? Okay, so Ossoff and Warnock could be sworn in next week. When would the $2,000 Cash Act 2021 be put to a vote? Would it be put to a vote next week? At this point, it's 99% positive there's going to be an impeachment process. To what extent that impeachment process impedes your $2,000 stimulus check? It looks like maybe it doesn't. Yesterday I said maybe it does. The reason is why they don't have enough senators to do it, because they got to swear in Warnock and Ossoff. So maybe Nancy can get to it next week. But my guess, 90 people always ask what is my prediction. 90% thinking that Nancy will pass Cash Act 2021 right before January 20th. Send it to Chuck after Ossoff and Warnock are sworn in, because by the 20th they'll be sworn in, and have Chuck just sit on it to January 20th, and then the moment Joe Biden's sworn in, say, "Here, Joe, sign it." And I'm not kidding, just literally like that, along with the third stimulus package, which has nothing to do with Cash Act. So how soon would you see the $1,400? Well, if it will become a law by the end of January. But how soon? TurboTax, tax layer, all those variables are hard to say. But it could be about a week, 2 weeks right after it's done. So maybe by the end of January, but not next week. You're physically not going to get the payment next week, and it's not going to be March or some insane thing like that. So there you go. Now at the 15-minute mark, let me give you the big update where you are joining me. Thank you for joining me. This is Home Lalate, our midday lighthearted show that gives you an update about stimulus across the board. The great news as you sit here today is that the $600 stimulus check is happening. The $2,000 stimulus check is happening. The multiple stimulus checks under Joe Biden's third stimulus package are happening. But they're all happening at very peculiar time frames. Let me go over what's going on. The $600 stimulus check is back on the tracks. It's off the Hot Mess Express. TurboTax and H&R Block have taken care of it, so that's delicious, great news. You're getting the payment. Some viewers have already gotten the payment. The remainder, the child that's missing in the $600 stimulus check for some household, Janet Yellen would likely take care of that when she comes in office. You can track the $600 by going onto the IRS's website and use the transcript function. You sign in and look for a transcript. Then debit cards are landing in some people's mailboxes unannounced. That actually has a debit card with your stimulus on it that you did not ask for, but that's what they're doing. Look for a white envelope with a Department of Treasury seal on it. Meantime, the $2,000 stimulus check is happening, but Warnock and Ossoff's swearing in will not occur this week and may not occur, at best will occur early next week, because there is a law that says Georgia has to allow the counties to certify their ballots between now and next week, and then the state has to take an additional week. Now, they don't have to use the full week. They don't have to use the full 2 weeks, but they may. But the local reports are saying they'll presume that Ossoff and Warnock are sworn in by the end of next week. My prediction, they're sworn in by January 20th. So is that bill going to become law? Yes. When? My prediction is generally potentially right on the 20th. I don't think that the chances of it getting done in the next week are getting narrower because of the Ossoff and Warnock issue, the Georgia certification issue, and the time frame that's being encompassed with the impeachment hearings. So there's a lot of stuff going on. So what are you saying? We will not get our $1,400 stimulus check? No, I've said about 3 times in this video. I'll say it again. You're going to get your $1,400 stimulus check. Repeat again. You're going to get your $1,400 stimulus check. You're not getting it this week. You're not getting it next week. There is no law. There is no place to put it to a law. They don't have a Senate for it. The senators are not sworn in. We need certain steps to happen. And so we absolutely have to go from step A to step B to step C. That's what I always talk about on this channel, is educating you and helping you have all the information, because it's not particularly difficult, not particularly complex. A lot of issues I'm hearing. It's a lot of issues, Russell. Absolutely well said. We need to go through all these particular steps before they actually do things. But when people say not happening, no, just not happening this week, because there's things that sort of, there happened to be someone that broke into the building this week, and Molotov, there just happened to be a couple of eventful things that happened in Washington this week. So that's why things are a little bit delayed. Who do you think will be the next Treasury Secretary? It's Janet Yellen, who was already announced. So there you go. All right, let's cut back to... let me cut back to second stimulus items. I've been telling you over the last 2 weeks, and I'm going to continue to tell you, pull out a pen and paper, get a pen, make a list. You need to write on that list, second stimulus, right there. The items that I talk about that are in the second stimulus package, the Mar-a-Lago. People like me saying Mar-a-Lago. It identifies it very clearly what it is. It's the one the president signed into law in Mar-a-Lago. It's not Cash Act. It's not Biden stimulus, the second stimulus package. It's law. There's certain things in the Mar-a-Lago second stimulus that are about to hit. They are PPP, EIDL in a limited capacity, free internet, free rent, free utilities, SNAP, SNAP benefits, EBIT, and more. Of those things, the SNAP is the first that paid out, as I predicted. I got that one right. I said the SNAP is going to hit first. So you're going to see the 15% increase on your SNAP from January to June or February to July. Don't have to do anything. Easy breezy. But if you have a child staying home because of the pandemic, cannot go to school, you can get an additional $114 a month approximately for that child by reaching out to SNAP, Department of Agriculture, and asking for pandemic EBT, or P like Paul, EBT. Call them up and get, it's approximately $114 per child per month. Very, very easy breezy. Next, the FPUC, the $300 a week. You need to really watch your state. Every state's doing it differently. And you need to really watch your state's website on a daily basis. The great news is that a lot of states are paying out the $300. Laura's enjoying the emojis. I love that. So that's the really good news. The next items in the second stimulus are all Purple Hawk items. What are Purple Hawk items? What are Donut Guy items? Donut Guy just sees things. Donut Guy is just sort of is a hole. He's a donut hole. Donut Guy is a donut hole. What does he do? He just sits at the table and says, when am I getting some checks? I want some free checks. Give me some free checks. I don't want to do anything. Just give me some free checks. Well, everything that I'm about to talk about is not Donut Guy stuff. Donut Guy is asleep. Donut Guy is going to roll over and get nothing. And don't be a Donut Guy. And there's always someone that says, when am I getting some free stuff? Yeah. When am I getting some more checks? Don't be a Donut Guy. If you're a Purple Hawk like Russ or Christina, you need to be a Purple Hawk. So you need to be a Purple Hawk because that's the only way you're going to get big moolah. The first item of big moolah, PPP. The second one, EIDL, if you qualify. The next one, rent. The one after that, utilities. And the one after that is internet. Now, the internet, I'm gonna very, very disclaim this again. I do not know where the free internet is yet. I know of Lifeline, Google Lifeline internet, and it comes up, it's a government program. It does not say free on it. It says reduced. But I don't know if that's the free internet under the second stimulus package. There's also free child care. I don't know where that is yet either. But the rent and the utilities is available in your city and county and state. That I can't track for you. There's too many cities and counties. Finally, the PPP and the EIDL. Oh boy, you got to get ready for that, Purple Hawks. Who can get the EIDL and the PPP? Anyone that has a Schedule C, anyone that has a Schedule C 2019 or a corporate tax return, a corp tax return or an LLC tax return that was impacted by the pandemic, you need to reach out to some lenders that you may want to do the PPP for you. And if you want me to do more coverage of PPP than I'm doing already, then I will do it as well. The way you look for lenders that do PPP is reach out to the bank you currently have business with, but you can also reach out to some online banks that only do PPP. And also credit unions are incredible. Finally, EIDL, you will apply for that directly on sba.gov. It's not live yet. Finally, one of the questions I expected this to sort of happen is some viewers are hearing things and they want to be a Purple Hawk, but then they're not quite sure where things are, even though I say it in the video. I'm like, this is where it is. And they're like, where is it? And they're reaching out to the volunteers. Can some of the volunteers DM me when you have time? Because I want the volunteers to know where things are located. But the volunteers will, for example, not fill out your EIDL application for you. They're not going to do that. So don't ask, Purple Hawks don't ask for other people to fill out applications for them. Purple Hawks fill out applications themselves. Here's an example why. Let's say EIDL goes live on Monday, which was one of the rumors. Let's say EIDL goes live on Monday and you qualify for this type of EIDL. Well, you, on the minute I tell you it's live, need to finish the recording, Watch the whole recording through. Give me all the minutes of the recording. Don't cut the recording short. When you're done with the recording, okay, the recording's done. Then you need to stop the camera, put it down, the cell phone, put it down, and go right to sba.gov and apply. You do not reach out to the volunteer and say, "Hi, can you apply for me?" No, because the volunteer is going to respond back, however long it takes them to respond back, and then bang, it's going to be gone. The EIDL will be gone. So as a Purple Hawk, you do not have other people apply for you. You may ask them to tell you where things are, but you have to go, you have to be ready to attack. And these things are literally here and gone. Dang, I am late and lost. I'll have an update for you, Chanel. So you have to literally be ready to pounce. It is feast or famine. It is first come, first serve. It is like you like that chocolate cake at the smorgasbord at the delicatessen down the street, and they got 2 for 1 on Tuesday nights at 4:00. You have to be there at 3:45. Don't show up at 5:30 waiting for the free chocolate, the discounted chocolate cake. It's gone because Sarah Levine that lives down the street, she comes there with her free buddies, and they get 5 pieces of chocolate cake. It's gone. And you're like, why is Sarah always early? Because she's a Purple Hawk. She wanted that chocolate cake before everyone else. So you cannot wait till the last second to show up to get the chocolate cake. You need to get there right away. All right, so that is the mindset of the Purple Hawk. Same thing for the free internet. I don't know where it is yet. So there you go. Now as we come up on the, oh wow, it's 25-minute mark. Wow. I don't even know if I have time for third stimulus in this video today, but let's see. Is there a $100 minimum for the unemployment benefits to receive the $300? Great question. I do not believe there is. I do not believe it is. Do not be the donut man. I love that someone just said that. Do not be the donut man. So now on the 26-minute mark, let's turn to some issues around the house. People are always asking me, how does your hair look like that? How does your hair look like that? Well, and the Instagram room always starts with questions. Is that a gel or is that a mousse? And I don't even know what the word is for it. People are, how does your hair look like that? So let me explain how my hair looks like this. What I like to use is this thing. I don't know what it is, so let me tell you what it is. See, I've never done this before. What is it called? It's called a cream. Oh, it's called a cream. That's an easy word. It's a cream. So I use a cream. The thing I like with a cream is that it's a cream. It's not sticky. It's not sharp. It's not abrupt. And it's not flaky. It's actually cream. So you just put it in your hand, rub it in, and you're done. There you go. Done for home LA. No, there's actually a little bit more. So I use a cream. Now, the way you get some body on it is a blow dryer. So I do use a blow dryer. That does create some body, especially when your hair is getting longer. When your hair is shorter, you don't have to use a blow dryer. It just sticks up right away. Then sometimes I use this, which is a smoothing milk. Sirloin does not make this. This is a smoothing milk. This is not from the Calcino. It is milk, but it's not Calcino milk. It's smoothing milk. Smoothing milk, not soothing milk. Nancy Pelosi might need some soothing milk. It's smoothing milk. It smooths something. I don't know. I use it because it has like oils in it. So it's $12 smoothing milk. I need an emoji for it. $12 smoothie milk. So I use this now and then. You don't use it all the time because it makes your hair flat. So, but it gives it back alive. So there you go. Smoothie milk and cream. That was my contribution to your questions about how things work. And what did I miss? You're not going to hear that segment ever again on this channel. So there you go. Now as we come up on the 28-minute mark, let me answer some of your questions. I like espresso in my hair. Yeah, I'm not putting espresso in my hair, so that's a different show. Any questions you have about anything but my hair? So there's a recipe for your hair. Of course there's a recipe for my hair. There you go. Put a fork in an order in I thought it was a toupee. Oh, darn you. And you're not a Purple Hawk, so you can't say that. Someone said it's a toupee. It's not a toupee. You always see me pulling on it. So, no, it is not a toupee. So there you go. So there you go. FPUC at 4:30. FPUC at 4:30. I don't know what that means. Is my money, and I want it right now. Uh, Mixed citizen marriage couple. How can I get stimulus for my wife? It should have come. It should have come. I don't know why it hasn't. Student loan debt forgiveness. That's Biden's stimulus. That's third stimulus package. Thank you for the person who just joined as a super chat. I started my gig business in January 2020 and closed because of COVID. Jeff, yes, you can get EIDL. They're going to do it based upon respective pro forma earnings. So they're going to use January as your benchmark. So hopefully you had some January income, and they're going to say, okay, well, you were making this type of money in January. Thank you, Juan, for the super chat. Can you tell us it's not a toupee? You can tell it's not a toupee. Of course you can tell it's not a toupee. My kids. Wait, I missed the question. It was a good question. Well, will my kids get anything of the $1,400? Yes, your kids will get $1,400. Great question. Your kids will get $1,400. Now I can say it's not a toupee. It's not a toupee. Adult dependence. You have to wait for that Cash Act to pass. The Cash Act to fix the second stimulus. Do you think the $2,000 stimulus will go off the 2020 return? I've heard a lot about that. I don't understand what's going on. I think it's gossip. I don't know enough about it, and it's so overwhelming at this point. Thank you, Donna, for the super hat. Just joining update, please. Yes, there'll be an update at the 30-minute mark. Thank you for reminding me. It's lagging again. If I have custody of my grandkids and I will be filing this year, I'm wondering what they will do. It is dependent upon what IRS knows. So IRS doesn't know you have custody. They're going to go off the tax return, and they're going to go off what you give them. And I presume Janet Yellen's going to really fix this. What about adult dependence amended for the second stimulus? Yeah, so we have to wait for the Cash Act, the $2,000 stimulus package, to get approved, and that's what's likely to come around the 20th. Just got denied the EIDL loan, not enough losses. You can do a reconsideration. Almost time to go to my appointment. Oh, well, thank you, Russell. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for that contribution. Retro adult dependence. Yes, Alchemy. Great question. So that's what the Cash Act would do. Adult dependents who excluded a first stimulus check would get it retroactively. Are they going to give an extra when they file the 2000 tax return? I don't know. This tax return thing is just very confusing. My response is to wait till Janet Yellen comes in and she's going to explain all this, because it's really confusing. When do we get the $1,400, and will the kids get it too? Yes, the kids will get it at least after the 20th is what I believe. It's confusing. It is confusing. It's very, very confusing. LA is on fire. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Any info on Indiana PUA? I don't. So if you're so there's a question about SSI and SSDI. That was a great question. So for you, if you're on SSI and SSDI, IRS knows where you are. You don't have to do anything. If you've been on SSI since last year, you don't have to do anything. But if you have a child and you're on SSI and the child is not, and you've not done a non-filer, IRS doesn't know about the child. You can't get that stimulus check for the child. That was what I talked about all summer long outside. I said, when the second stimulus comes along, they're not going to know about the child if you didn't do a non-filer filing, if you're on SSI, because they don't know, because you're not filing tax return. They don't know about that child. Now, some people do file tax returns that are on SSI. If you file a tax return that lists the kid as a dependent, then they do know about the child. But if you are not filing tax returns, they don't know the child exists. Student loan debt forgiveness, Randy, yeah, that's third stimulus package. How much for the kids? $600 now, and then $1,400. Where's the join button? It's in the pinned comment to this video. So it should be, if you're chatting this video, go to the top and it says member. To become a member, you just click that link, and it'll send you right to the member page. How much will the kids get? $600 on the second stimulus, and then it'll be raised to $2,000. So they'll get an additional $1,400. What if the kids don't exist? Then they don't get anything. Uh, Dependents, $2,000 as well. Yes, absolutely. So there you go. At the 32-minute mark, let me give you the big update across the board on what a day it is. And yes, Biden's going to do the SSI and SSDI increase in third stimulus. What a day it is. Yeah, if you're just joining the chat, there is no button to join. I'm going to stop using that word because it's not an actual button, it's a word. But if you're in the chat, go to the top of the chat, and there's actually a link in there, a pinned comment that says member, become a member. Just click that button. It's in the top line of the chat and sends you right to the membership page. Thank you for joining me. Big updates across the board on the $600 stimulus check and your $2,000 stimulus check. Let me give you the quick updates. First, TurboTax and H&R Block, they're paying out the $600 stimulus checks. Don't have to worry about that. Second, there's going to be a debit card landing in some people's bank account, in some people's mailboxes unannounced. That will have your stimulus check on it. So watch for it if it does come. It is a white envelope with the Department of Treasury seal on it. Third, you can track your stimulus check on the IRS's website, not with the tracking tool, but by signing in and doing a transcript search. Transcript. Then let me turn to the $2,000 stimulus check battle. The $2,000 stimulus check battle is going to take a step back for a day or two because Georgia has a strange rule. The counties can have an additional week after this week to certify the election results, and then the state governor or secretary of state has an additional week after that. So do we have to wait 2 more weeks for the Georgia senators to be sworn in? Local report says no. They think they're going to get this done in the next few days. They don't have to use the 2 weeks if they don't want them. So we have to wait for those 2 Georgia senators to be sworn in before the Senate goes blue, before Nancy and Chuck do the Cash Act 2021. And there you are. You're up to date at the 12-minute mark, at the 12 noon mark. Join me next on Afternoons Lalate at 3:30. 4 shows. 4 shows. First check at 3:30. It's taped. Then third stimulus package, which was a big hit yesterday. It's taped. The third show is Purple. Purple is back. State stimulus, free rent, free utility. That is taped, but an instant premiere, so you can chat along with your friends. It's not live. It's a taped instant premiere. And then I'm back live with Bean and Mitch. Stay informed, stay focused, and stay LA for more.